Skip, do you have a problem with what
Yeah,
Jerry
Skip, do
said?
you have a problem, Skip?
Joy, I have so many problems with this on so many levels. And before I launch, I must give my friend Shannon Sharpe credit here because he has said consistently right here on Undisputed that the only way the Cowboys are going to lose is if Jerry Jones beats them. And I think he has begun to beat his Dallas Cowboys. Give me a second
Go
here.
ahead, take your time.
First of all, what general manager or coach talks about what he'll do as far as resting players before the home field bye has been clinched throughout the playoffs? There's only one who would do this in the entire National Football League, and that would be Jerry Jones. Now, granted, just for the record, my Dallas Cowboys could clinch home field throughout the playoffs as early as this Sunday.
Right.
If they win at the Giants, Seattle loses at Green Bay, and Detroit, as an 8-point home favorite, would have to lose to or get tied by the Chicago Bears. That is not likely to me. Is that fair to say? I think it's not likely. But let's just do, for sake of argument, the worst-case scenario. What if the Dallas Cowboys go lose at the Giants? And by the way, they have won 6 of their last 7. What if they then lose to the Bucs, who have won 4 straight and 6 out of 8 at Jerry World? What if they then lose to the Detroit Lions, who have won 4 straight and 7 out of 8? Those are 3 pretty dangerous games to me. This league is hard, man. I've been doing this for a long time. You played for a long time. You know you cannot tempt fate this late in the season or provide bulletin board material for 3 straight dangerous teams by talking about home field advantage throughout the playoffs as if it's a done deal. We just barely got into December and it's a done deal, Jerry? Are you kidding me? Put a sock in it. Somebody should save Jerry Jones from himself. And again, here's...
Keep talking, Jerry.
Yeah, well, I know that's how you feel, and you just could well be right. But here's the problem with Jerry Jones. He has been so heavily criticized in Dallas-Fort Worth for 20 long no Super Bowl years that he cannot stop himself from prematurely gloating. What he was doing on his little radio gig yesterday, his weekly radio gig, was saying, look at me, I did it. I did it. I'm Jerry, and I did it. No, you haven't done it yet. You might do it, but you have not done it yet, Jerry Jones. So I wish somebody could help control Jerry, and I'm afraid even his son Steven can't stop Jerry from doing in the Dallas Cowboys, which leads me to problem number 2. Jerry Jones will not and cannot let go of Tony Romo. Jerry is already discussing plans to play Tony Romo after the Cowboys have clinched home field advantage. And he says he wants Romo to be ready in case Dak Prescott has, quote unquote, an issue health-wise. Why would you tempt fate about talking about the MVP candidate quarterback maybe getting hurt down the stretch or in the playoffs? Why would you even dare to bring that up? Again, I'm a big jinx person. That's the ultimate jinx to me, to talk about your MVP candidate who leads the league in many statistical categories getting hurt and wanting to get the backup quarterback ready. What coach or GM with an MVP candidate in the history of this league has ever discussed publicly 4 weeks from the end of the season wanting to get the backup quarterback ready just in case the MVP candidate gets hurt? How about a big zero? Big zero. Nobody would ever think
Talk
to
about
do
it,
this.
Jerry. Don't you stop now.
Right. Nobody would do it because Jerry loves him some Tony Romo. Tony Romo Jones, as you have nicknamed him. Jerry badly wants Tony to be part of this, to help win the Super Bowl. And this is just me. Now I'm going to maybe go completely over the edge here. This is my 2 cents from a distance. I believe in Jerry Jones' heart of hearts. He would not mind it if Dak Prescott got hurt. He would not mind it because now Tony's healthy, ready to go. And I think Jerry deep down believes this team would have a better chance of going to win the Super Bowl with the former Pro Bowl quarterback who had his best year 2 years ago when he had 1 healthy year. And this brings me to my final issue with Jerry Jones. There are those that I talk to consistently in and around that organization who believe that Jerry's having some, could I say, old age problems. At age 74, he's just getting up there, and sometimes he's not quite right. There are others who swear to me he's as sharp as he ever was. So I'm not sure which way that goes. But in the end, even though Stephen Jones is starting to take over more and more, the one who's speaking out front for my Dallas Cowboys, the one with the radio show, the one who addresses the media after every game, is Jerry Jones. And my conclusion is, I think you're on the way to being right, that Jerry Jones might have started just yesterday undoing the Dallas Cowboys. These are all extremely dangerous statements that he has made.
It's not your typical water that you normally drink.
Yeah.
Would you like to drink something? Because I know you're parched right now. You okay?
I'm actually just getting started.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I hydrated before the show.
Okay.
More than you know.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
I absolutely, Skip, and I concur with everything you just said. I have a problem with what Jerry said because Jerry just can't help himself but to bring Tony Romo into the equation, into the conversation. Because I've said this many, many times, and a lot of people, you joke every time they ask you who's the biggest threat to the Cowboys. It's Jerry Jones. I truly 1,000% believe that Jerry really is the only thing. Now, look, I give Seattle because they're battle tested. They've been there, done that. Russell Wilson, that defense will travel. It doesn't matter if you play in Seattle or wherever you go. But Jerry Jones has the potential to undo everything that they've accomplished this year. For me, when I look at it from a distance, I'm asking myself, what else can Dak do to convince Jerry Jones that, Jerry, you're in good hands? Okay, what about if I go on the road and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers with 42 seconds left on the clock? I drive down the field and score the help score the game-winning touchdown. We win that game. What about if I tie a game up late in the fourth quarter, get it to overtime, and the other team doesn't see the ball? Okay, what if I beat our most fierce division rival in Washington twice? What about if I go to Minnesota against that stingy defense and when we weren't playing our absolute best, but when we needed throws, I made those throws?
He did.
What else can Dak do to convince Jerry Jones that, Jerry, I'm your guy?
I don't think there's anything. I agree.